Hey everyone, and welcome to Isms by Josie. Today we're going to be continuing part 3 of this video series. Hopefully this is the last part video. This is my basket kit that I got from Target. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in. And for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. So today, you guys, we are going to hopefully finish this basket. Comment below, let me know how it's going. But we have completed all of this tan paper twine. And let me just tell you, I think I gave myself a paper cut. So, and you can probably see it. Oh, that's bad. Anyway, be careful. Again, I am not a fan of this basket, you guys. Like, I get it, but it's not strong enough. You could probably hot glue this to a plastic container inside, but I also feel like it doesn't match the same picture that's in the instructional booklet. So I don't know what's going on there, but it doesn't look bad. So if this is something that you love, then go for it. Me, not so much. What am I going to put in here, really? But anyway, so let's continue off. I've kept the markers on. I could remove it, but I didn't. And this is what's left of my paper twine. We are going to be switching to the cream color. So we're going to be cutting this off. Scissors will probably help. Let me go get that. Okay, I got my scissors here. I'm just going to trim this off. It doesn't really say where you need to cut it. I'm just going to cut it long because you know what? I'm going to attempt to crochet the excess piece in the basket when we do the cream. So hopefully that works out. But anyway, this is the color we will be using. So let's just get that out. While I'm cutting this up, I want to let you guys know that this video is a supplement to the instructions that are in this kit. If you'd like to make this basket, I highly recommend that you go to your local Target, check out the it's like the craft area / office / stationery wrapping paper, stuff like that. At least that's where it is in my Target, and they're usually the same layout. Yeah, I would go try to find that kit. If not, actually you can find it online, I think. But yeah, so I am going over new stitches at least 3 times, step by step, and then I'm going to be going normal speed thereafter. If you need to speed up or slow down the video, click on the gear button in the corner of the screen. There's playback options to go fast or slow. If you don't need to listen to me, lower the volume on your device and click on the CC closed caption button. Alright, so these instructions say that we're going to be switching to this cream color. Now, in this basket, because I was doing this on the couch, you've got your hook, and I actually pulled out 3 more markers for the last 3 rounds that we're going to be doing. Set those aside. Now, the one thing I like about this paper twine is that you don't have to worry about losing your stitches unless you pull it. So hopefully you don't do that. So we're going to set this aside, and we're going to start working a slip knot onto our hook with the cream. Right, the instructions say something entirely different to do, but I'm just going to do it this way just because if you're in a force of habit of doing things the way that you do things and it works, you might as well just stick with it. So what we're going to do is take your ring finger, pinky, and thumb, and we're going to pinch the end like this. Then we're going to take our index and middle finger and hold your paper twine apart like this. It doesn't have to be flat, it just happen to be that way. It could be squished, it doesn't really matter. All right, then we're gonna lie our hook perpendicular to our twine, and then we're gonna go down, out, and around to create this loop. So it's kind of wrapped around here. So what you're gonna do is try to scoot this down towards your thumb. You want to have the least amount of waste. I'm gonna put my finger right where it crosses here so that I can go and gather some twine around my finger, and then I'm going to re-pinch this end. I'm going to try to slide my hook further down close to my thumb, and where it crosses we're just going to pinch it. So you want to pinch it there so that your hook can no longer move, right? So then what we're going to do is a yarn over. We know what that is from the last video, but since this is a new video, yarn over is pretty much put this twine over the hook. So yarn or twine over. All right, from here we're going to take the hook and we're going to drag this strand of twine through the loop here. So let's do that. Okay. Then from here we want to take this little knot and just tighten it up by pushing it down towards your thumb. You want that knot to get tighter and more closed than what it was. And then once you reach a point where you don't think it's going to move anymore, then you can take your thumb and middle finger and just pull this end a little bit more. There's not going to be much movement, just to make it nice and snug. Then what we're going to do is we're going to pull the knot close to the hook to make this loop a little smaller, more manageable, like that. And then I'm going to slip off my hook. So you have this loop here, set it aside. I'm going to go grab this, and I hope it fits in film. Let's see. Maybe if I can change the angle. Okay. All right, so I'm going to put my hook back in here. We have this excess piece left. I'm going to, what we're going to do is slip this on. So the way that you would do a single crochet stitch, what you're going to do from here, since this is a new video, I'll show you how to do the single crochet stitch 3 times. Stick your hook into the back loop only. So these loops down here are the front loop. These loops back here are the back loop. So we're going to just stick our hook into the back loop only. So we're grabbing that one loop. You're going to want to slip on the cream. Okay, and then you can wrap it around your finger. All right. Then what I want to do, like I said, I want to hide this into the, I want to hide that excess piece in our stitches. So you want to, at the same time, lay this right across the edge of your basket. Okay, we're going to be working around this excess piece. So we're going to pull now this cream slip knot through the back loop, and of course, all right, so let me just remove this out of the way. We're going to be slipping that cream through this back loop. So let me just pull that and have it this kind of up so that you can see, only so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so once it's through, you can then lay this piece right across the edge, like I said. So you see what we're doing. We're going to yarn over now. So yarn over, and you see how it's kind of hugging this excess piece. We're going to be making a single crochet around it. So after I yarn over, we're going to pull this through all the loops off your hook. All right, so now we are in the cream. Let's do this again. Stick your hook into the back loop only, right here. Let's see if I can change my angle so you can see it. I'm going to lift this up for a minute. Just You can see where I'm sticking my hook right there. Oops, hit the camera. All right, then you can lay your excess piece on the edge. We're going to yarn over and you're going to pull up a loop. So now you have 2 loops on your hook. We're going to yarn over again and you're going to pull through those 2 loops. Okay. So now we have 2 single crochet stitches with the cream. Let's do this one more time with you guys. So stick your hook into the back loop only. Right, make sure you lay your excess piece right along the edge of the basket. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. So you have 2 loops on your hook. Then we're going to yarn over again and you're going to pull through those 2 loops. So now you have your 3 single crochet stitches. What I forgot to do actually, I'm going to put this marker. So you see where this if you did the 2 previous videos, you should have a marker where I had told you to put a marker. We're just going to do that for this because I forgot to do it. So this is the last stitch that we made with the tan. So we're going to do that. Okay. So now I'm just going to continue all the way around. I'm actually going to do this in silence. I'm going to gather up some yarn around my finger and then we'll come back in after we complete the round so I can show you what to do. Alright, so I went all the way around the basket. We're back to the beginning, and I'm showing this to you guys because this is a new video. So what we're going to do is put a marker on the last stitch we made. So that would be this one right here. And if you don't know what it is, if you accidentally forgot like I did last in the last part of this video, you can tell because the marker where this loop is, the single crochet stitch right before it is going to be the last stitch. So if I had a ton of single crochet stitches like you saw before, I found the last stitch because it's right before this little loop here. So we're going to slip that through the braid. Okay, make sure you get a clear slip. You don't want to poke through any of the paper. And then we're going to complete, I guess I have this one and this row left to do. And then I'll show you how to cast off. But we are going to be doing this again in silence. Okay, finished the last round. The next thing we have to do is do a slip stitch, and we're going to join this at the first stitch of this last round we just did. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how to do a slip stitch, and for this we're going to use both loops here, both the front and the back loop. You want to take your hook and slip it just under. Maybe I should do that again. Yeah, this thing is getting too tall. Let me change the angle of... Okay. Yeah, not ideal, but this is what we're working with right now. Alright, so we're going to stick our hook into the first stitch we made in this last stitch, and we're going to slip it under both front and back loop. Then we're going to yarn over, and we're going to pull through not only this stitch but also the stitch on our hook, or the loop on our hook, and that is a slip stitch. Alright, so now we're going to fasten this off, and to fasten off you want to yarn over, and we're going to pull this through the loop all the way out. There's not much left here. If there's a lot left, you want to cut that off into a smaller manageable piece. So I pull that all the way out, and now I'm going to pull this to tighten up that knot. And then from here I am going to cut, I don't know, maybe 5 inches or so, like this. And it says to weave in and out this tail. So to do that, you just have to stick your hook, and I'm starting from the back, you can start from the front, stick your hook into the next stitch, we're going to yarn over and pull this through all the way out. Then we're going to come in from the front into the next stitch. Okay, then we're going to yarn over, and we're going to pull that through all the way out. And I'm realizing I am a lefty, so sorry, it was automatic and it's getting late. But yeah, righty, you put your hook into the next stitch over, front and back loops, we're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull all the way out. Then you're going to go into the next loop, or next stitch, yarn over, pull that through, oops, pull that through, and then all the way out. Okay, one more time with you guys. Stick your hook into the next stitch, front and back loops. Okay, then we're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull that through the loop all the way out. And then I'm just going to keep going until this whole thing disappears. And I am going to do it with my left hand just because my right is tired. Again, you know, this works if this is your thing. I got a paper cut, and the sharp folds of the twine is like putting pressure on my paper cut, so that's not fun. And then because I have to add more tension to get the twine through the loops, the muscles in my hands are cramping up and are sore big time. So this is a project that you might want to do a few rounds and then take a break. But because I do these in video for you guys, there's no room for me to break. If there was, I mean, I already did break a day. I was supposed to post this yesterday, and I hadn't finished making the rest of the height, so it's just tough. And I'm kind of glad this is almost over. To be quite honest. So it's just my opinion. you know, there could be other people that really like it, and that's fine too. But I can't wait to give my hands a rest after this. All right. I don't know if I could pull this through the last. If not, I'm just going to trim it so that you don't really see that extra piece. Okay, and then from here you can remove your markers. And after leaving them in so long, how I like it open, it's closed up a little bit, but I think they'll bounce back. So the funny thing is, I think I already mentioned this, that this doesn't look like the picture on the instructions, so there's that. But next we're gonna put in the tassels, and they want you to fold it in half. Let's see if that's necessary. Alright, so here they have you fold it in half, but maybe that's not really necessary. I'm gonna just squeeze it closed like this. They're telling you to use this stuff, I think, but you can always use this. So there's 6 of these, and we have to place them 3 of these evenly spaced across. Jeez, it is late, you guys, so, but we're almost there. Comment below, let me know if you did this all in one sitting. If you did, kudos to you. All right, so I unknotted the tassels. Now I'm just gonna separate these so I can just pick them up. All right, so let's mark the first one. So we're gonna go around 1 stitch, and I'm placing it at the seam. Okay, and we can close this if we want, actually. So they have you fold it, I'm assuming, so you can find the other side with no problems. So just flip the other side, and then just take a look at where that green marker is, and you're gonna place a marker on this side. And you wanna, I didn't mention this before, but you wanna place the marker right between the brown and the cream color. Okay. Then we're going to equally space out the next pair of markers. So you have to kind of imagine that when you unfold this length, so we're going to put 2 on this end, but you want to make sure that this length here is going to be the same length as this length here. So you can kind of guess, or you can open it and look at it. I'm just going to guess. So you're going to put your marker into that stitch between the cream and the brown. I'm going to close this up. Then I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to take another marker. Okay, then we're going to look for where this is on the other side. And we're going to slip the marker in. Okay, then we have one more. And we want to try to space it out again evenly. Okay, we're going to flip this. Put this on the other side. I think it's a little off, but you can always remove your markers and adjust. I'm just going to leave it. Close enough. Okay, yeah, it's a little off. You can always adjust it this way. Alright, so now where your markers are, you just place your tassels. They say to tie the ends so that it shows in the back and not the front. So I'm gonna be... Wow, they really should give you a needle. Alright, I don't think they provide a needle. So I'm just going to take my hook instead. I'm going to slip it through where our marker is. Yikes. Okay. Grab a tassel. And try to pull it through. Let's remove this marker here. And I'm just going to wrap it around because it's pretty long of string, this tassel, so might as well secure it as best you can. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just making knots, I guess. Okay, and then I'm just gonna come in here and grab this excess piece. Oh my goodness. Okay, make sure it's enough to kind of dangle on the inside. Guess I'll put it through this orange loop here. Gonna pull that through. And then I'm gonna fasten this off by putting the end through that loop and pulling it tight. Okay, you can cut this off. I might just leave it. All right. So there's so many ways you can do this, but I think I like how I did that, so I'm just gonna do that for all of them. Ah, crud. I didn't mean to do that. I forgot to make my loop. Just gonna go back in here. Try to pull that back out. Alright. I'm gonna stick the end through this loop, tighten it up. And I'm gonna do one more with you guys. Alright, so I've done this 3 with you. I'm just gonna do the rest in silence, and then we'll come back in and show the end result. Okay, you guys, so we finished the basket. Here it is. I think if you want it to sit like really flat, because it does have a little bow in it, I would recommend cutting a circle cardboard and putting it down in there. And then of course, if you wanted this to sit upright, or at least as best as upright it can be, you can find a container or cut cardboard that will go inside of this basket, so that way you can have a nice decoration here. What I was saying before, it does match the photo in the box, so that's good. But I said earlier how it doesn't really match the instructions in the booklet, which is a little weird. So it's made to look a lot skinnier, a lot taller, and the white banding seems to be more than 3 rows of cream. Let me just double check the box. And the box is kinda okay. Maybe their stitching is bigger, but this is what the box photo looks like. So that band, it might be correct, but it looks like there's more rows. It looks like there's 1, 2, there's like 4 rows. This one has 3. So 3, 39, 40. Yep, 3 rows. Alright, you guys, so thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think, how far you got into this, and how you felt afterwards, because my hands are in pain. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I do have another Mondo Llama kit. I don't know when I'm going to be doing it, but it's making those pot holders. So if you can find those at any Target. If not, you can find it at their website. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is Isms by Josie. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.